Welcome back to YummyJubbly.com. Today we are in Cappellani and we've been invited here to try out some of their authentic Italian gelato and desserts. Okay, so what we're going to try is part of their afternoon tea range, and in the afternoon tea range you get a selection of the desserts, and the first one we're going to try is the Nutella Tart. Now as you can see there's a thin butter pastry, that's a normal one, with a nice thick layer of Nutella, and there's some pistachio nuts on top as well. Nice and thick, that Nutella.
I really like the base. It's like a shortbread.
And there's also like a hint of orange as well in there.
Yeah.
So they've been very clever about that with adding all the different flavours in it. And I think the pistachio nut really adds like an extra nuttiness to it. You know, as we all know, we all love Nutella. If you don't love Nutella, you're probably not very popular with us.
Alright, so next up we're going to have the carrot and almond cake. You can smell a hint of the orange in it.
Yeah.
Looks really good, crumbly on the top, moist on the inside, exactly how a cake should be.
Yeah.
When we cut into the cake, already we know it's going to be a nice, soft, moist cake. And indeed it is. It tastes absolutely wonderful. And it's actually not too sweet as well. And it's just that slight dusting of the icing sugar on top that kind of gives it that slight sweetness.
Yeah.
Really good, really good.
Next up we're going to try the dark chocolate cake. When it arrived we saw this nice shiny glaze of the dark chocolate on top, like the dark chocolate ganache. We saw like the two fluffy layers of the chocolate sponge, and there was something in the middle as well which added like a, we're not really sure what it is yet, so we're going to try it and see what it is.
Just because it has to be, I think for the ultimate season finale,
super decadent, so sweet, luxurious. Oh man, I'm running out of adjectives to describe it. It's just so good.
And in the middle, we think it's like a cherry, like a fruity berry kind of like syrup in there, because I think that really added to keep the cake moist.
Yeah.
And also because it's such a rich chocolate cake as well, it sort of like softens the richness of the cake as well.
And when kids cut into it, you can see some of the juice that's kind of like squirting out. It was so good, so good.
Yeah, so if you come down here, definitely give that chocolate cake a try. This in my hands is the sfogliatella. Now, as you can see, there's like layers and layers of this crisp pastry, and what's it filled with is ricotta cheese, and they've told me that it's been flavoured with orange as well in there. If you know anything about sfogliatellas, you'll know that there's a lot of skill in trying to get this cone shape and all these different layers visible.
It seems like they got it right though.
Yeah.
Let's see how it tastes like.
Alright. It's so crispy, and the orange flavour is quite subtle actually, but it's definitely very prominent.
I'm not that into the filling, but that pastry on the outside, oh man, it's definitely crispy. I hope you can hear how crispy it is, and on the inside it's still a little bit like, it has like a chewy texture as well on the inside.
Yeah.
And the ricotta cream inside is not like really smooth and soft. It does hold its kind of like texture.
Oh, there's actually bits of orange zest in there.
Wow.
So then you know you're getting good stuff.
Alright, so next up we're going to have the cannoli. Now this particular one is actually deep fried, and it's basically piped with some ricotta cheese on both ends. And you have pistachio nuts on one end and a chocolate butter on the other.
Wow. It's really crumbly. You can definitely tell it's deep fried. That ricotta cheese inside is really smooth. So it's a different texture to the one that was in the sfogliatella. It's just so good.
In terms of flavour, I mean, it's actually very simple, but it's such a pleasure to eat.
Yeah.
You have your kind of like deep fried pastry on the outside, and that smooth cream ricotta on the inside, and that pistachio and that chocolate just going to give it that extra flavour and texture. It's just a pleasure to eat.
These are so good. Okay, right, so we've finally got our hands on the gelato now. I've got the base flavour, and this is called the Fitzrovia latte.
And I have the dark chocolate, which is on the completely different other end of the spectrum of what Kitty's having. My one is not only rich in flavour, the texture is really creamy as well.
Yeah.
And all these ice creams are homemade, and you can really taste the difference. Really good ice cream.
Now for my flavour, so the Fitzrovia latte, if you think just normal sweet cream, that's the kind of flavour that you're eating, and it was just so beautifully smooth as well. I've got the banana and strawberry, and Robert has the napule, pistachio, hazelnut, chocolate and orange as well.
Yeah, great combination. I'm not sure if it's great or weird, but let's give it a try.
Now my one, it's a little bit like having a really rich banana milkshake.
My one is actually really interesting, probably because of the combination of all these different flavours. So you can definitely taste the pistachio, and then there's some pieces of the hazelnut inside, so there's a bit of a crunch as well. Just a slight hint of the orange, but very interesting.
Our last flavour now is custard cream. I'm wondering if it's like the biscuit.
There's only one way to find out.
To taste it.
It doesn't help that it's saying it's first.
It's not like the biscuit at all. Slight lemony flavour, I think. It's like custard with like a lemon drizzle cake or something.
I really like it. For the last round, I ordered the Nutella Gelato.
And I have hazelnut.
So I'm going to try my Nutella one first. Now this is definitely Nutella.
From a jar.
And it's not only like the flavour, the texture as well tastes exactly like the spread. Although it's extremely decadent, I think it's a bit too much.
Next flavour is hazelnut. After I add Nutella. Just pure hazelnut flavour. It is really nutty. And it's just the right amount of sweetness as well.
Yeah.
It's creamy gelato.
Yummy.
Okay, so we finished our time here at Cappellani today. Overall, we had a really good time eating all of the yummy gelatos and Italian desserts.
Yep, it was a really nice experience, as Kitty said. Now they actually offered us the afternoon tea set, which was absolutely amazing. You have your macaroons on top, you have your different types of cakes and tarts at the bottom, and you have these cannelloni and these basically Italian authentic sweets right in the center as well. As well as cakes and gelato, they also do savoury food as well, like sandwiches and stuff. And I think if they actually added some of these savoury food within the afternoon tea set, I think it'd be much better balanced, because after all those sweets can get a little bit too much. But the gelato itself was absolutely amazing. They're all unique in their own right, different combinations of flavors, and you can really just taste the quality of the ice cream because it's homemade. And yeah, I think it's just wonderful, and it's definitely something you should come down and try yourself.
Yeah, so if you do come down, yeah, hopefully you will enjoy everything, because like Rob was saying, everything is freshly made in store, downstairs in their laboratory. So we've had a really good time. We're going to give Cappellani today a total of 4 yums. If you've liked our video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Subscribe down below to keep up with our other reviews. Check out our blog, which is yummyjubbly.com, and also
Don't forget to keep eating. Bye.